Hey guys, X2 here, and welcome back for an exciting video. We have the reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer. And quick things I want to mention, this is mine and Noel's reaction. It's an unedited video, so if you don't want to go through and watch it all, you can skip through it. I'll try and leave timestamps to where it starts, like the middle and towards the end. Um, I will say, since this is my reaction, I will be talking over the trailer when it's playing. I'll also will be talking over David Vonderhaart when he's talking. Um, and there are things that I disagree with what they show and say and what I can see. So withhold all your judgment on what you hear me talk about and how I react and stuff. Just know there are some things that I see that I very much so dislike. I mentioned in the end of the video that I mentioned that the Cobra design I don't like, the Huey design I don't like. I'm talking about the helicopters, and these are nitpicks. Like, they don't need to change this just because one person says, "Oh, these two designs of these two certain helicopters during the Vietnam War look trash." Um, some of the reload animations, some of the animations in general, I dislike. The sliding, me and Noel mentioned it in the video, I believe. But the sliding, I hate it. The sliding is trash. It's garbage. I just think they need to go back to the Modern Warfare sliding. I'm going to be honest. A couple other things here and there that I complain about, but just withhold your judgment and just watch the video if you like reaction videos or something. One thing I want to mention, I'm not going to say specifically what happens towards the end, but I miss a specific thing that I've been really looking forward to for this COD, and I missed it because it was at the end of the second time they played the trailer. It was at the end, and I missed it. Noel actually clipped it for me on Twitch and got it for me, so thank you to Noel for doing that. And so the reaction is me reacting to the clip of it, and I'm really excited. If I can download it, then I'll play it after I react to it. But if you want me to do an extensive breakdown on the multiplayer trailer and the clip at the end, please let me know. The last thing we have to wait for Treyarch to give us more information in is on zombies, and I'm really excited for zombies after seeing the teaser clip that we got. I already just spoiled it, but whatever. So I'm gonna shut up. And in the beginning here, they just showed some multiplayer maps and countdown. But without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Enjoy the reaction. And again, if you want me to do a breakdown of the multiplayer trailer and what all the details and stuff that I like and dislike, please let me know. Again, withhold your judgment. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Adios. Let's go. Oh, hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm David Vonderhaar, Studio Design Director at Treyarch. Welcome to the multiplayer reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. On behalf of the teams at Treyarch and Raven and all our development partners across the world,
Is that Air Force One up there?
Thank you for joining us. Today, we do a little recon across all Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. The world, the missions, the weapons, the characters, and the systems. And we'll make some fun announcements along the way.
Ooh.
From here on out, we talk directly to you, the best fans in gaming.
Thank you.
You better stop tickling my balls like that.
You better quit blue balling me.
Along with some of your favorite Call of Duty content creators and streamers.
Okay.
One thing you've come to expect from a Black Ops game is that we are never quite satisfied with the status quo. We are always looking for a way to do it better. But some things shouldn't change, and for every multiplayer game
said that about Black Ops 4, and look what we got.
How we start things off. This is the worldwide debut of the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer trailer.
Trailer, okay. You gonna skip?
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. God, that felt like
M60. Come on. Look exactly like we want it to look. Oh my god. Oh.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
We work off the books.
Operate in the shadows.
To keep the wolves at bay.
Today, we reshape the world.
What the fuck are we doing in Miami?
Thank you.
Okay, it looks a little bit better.
Let them come.
Hey.
Yo, did they seriously roast themselves? Like, why the fuck are we in Miami? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's okay.
Oh, it is. It was a map. Oh.
Not the Huey. Oh, this is copyrighted.
That shit's cool.
Yeah. Oh, L1A1.
Secure the sub.
Ooh.
I'll take care of this.
Okay, wait a minute. Zola.
This isn't down their map.
Hey, RPD.
Wasn't that already a Modern Warfare 2 map?
No.
Or some map?
Kazakhstan. Oh, that was a little.
I'll drive.
Oh my god. Hello. RCXD. Little mountains. That's KS. Okay.
Pre-order a digital copy and get early access to the open beta and instant access.
Early
to
access begins October, what, 6? 8?
Warzone.
What was it?
I think it was 8.
You just saw it. This is an unapologetically Cold War game set in the 80s, but it's still a Black Ops game. And for over a decade, we built our multiplayer experiences atop a core set of guiding principles. They form our pillars, deniable operations that deploy around the world, signature combat tailored to how you play, connected experiences that deliver free, robust, ongoing content, and integrate deeply into the next evolution of Warzone. Today, we're going to explore each of these facets of multiplayer. We're going to show you how this globe-trotting, cinematically connected experience is our most immersive yet. And then, we're going to show it to you in a way we never could before, with a little help from some friends. First up, the bedrock of Black Ops, deniable operations. These are the places in multiplayer you never saw, and the things you never did. The missions that stay off the books, and the targets and sources who stay off the record. The Cold War we set out to build is realistic. It's plausible. Most importantly, it's inspired by a gritty historical tone that we've woven into every element of our game's world and story and gameplay. Chaotic and always confidential, the deniable ops lie at the heart of multiplayer, raising the bar while creating a clear and unique narrative that influences every bit of our world building. For Black Ops Cold War, that world building drove each multiplayer level in 2 ways. With the signature level design you've come to expect, and by pushing the visual bar and immersing players into a narrative of unfolding events. The fight to recover a downed satellite in the Central African desert, battles that unfold on the neon-soaked streets of Miami's famed South Beach. Deniable Ops are the Black Ops stories inspired by history, but forgotten by the history books. We've selected 5 maps to give you a small taste of the range of deniable ops awaiting in multiplayer. Later today, you'll see them played, but here's a few of my teammates to share what they love most from how they were made.
My name is Brittany Beidelman. I'm a level designer. I'm Kendall Snow, associate level designer.
I'm Brittany Perello, producer.
I'm Matt Kutris, senior level designer.
In Satellite, a top secret American recon satellite
Has lost power and crashed in the deserts of Angola. With higher DG
I don't know, it's that
forces
middle
closing
part
in,
now it's a
is
race.
reminds
Yeah.
me of a map from a previous
what I love
COD.
about Satellite is fact that it's
I
just
think you're
this
thinking of
amazing
Afghanistan from
natural space.
MW2.
Because larger maps
May-
have more
probably.
components, we can apply more details into maps like Satellite, which make them feel even more natural. The satellite at the center is like a king of the hill. Anyone who wants it,
Yeah,
has
it's
to run
that part.
toward you.
That part right
It's
there.
Yeah,
raised
I
higher
see what
than
you
the rest
mean.
of the map.
I'm usually playing one of two ways. All in, full ham, dying again and again.
Uh-huh.
Or in objective modes, I'll flank and get the jump on people.
Wait,
Satellite
can we see
scratches
that
the
reload
surface
again from
edges.
first
Even
person?
though it's an outdoor space, the map's two different regions mean I can play long and short range tactics.
Oh no.
I'll be
A
honest,
flashlight.
I am trash with the sniper rifle, but a shotgun, that I can do. I have always been a big fan of close quarters combat, and there is great cat and mouse style gameplay.
Oh,
in
that was
Satellite.
horrible.
The crashed satellite is a super fun spot to try and outplay your enemies. Predict which way they'll circle the debris to run up behind them, or just duck inside the satellite and take your shot.
This is going to be one of those classic Black Ops maps the world knows and loves for how quickly engagements fire up.
That man just took
East and
napalm.
West collide on the open seas in a top secret mission.
Inspired by a real-life event,
This one
Project
looks cool.
Saurian, CIA, JSOC,
Yeah.
and Soviet forces converged to recover a sunken
JSOC.
prototype nuclear Soviet submarine from the ocean floor.
The calm waters of Armada explode into massive naval conflict as players battle for control of large naval vessels.
With no lanes walling you in, players can engage on ships' decks, in the water, and on vehicles like wake runners and gunboats. Armada is chaos in the best way.
This really cool map that gives this amazing sense of exploration. There are so many little individual areas to find and new ways to surround or flank your enemies and get the upper hand.
A hidden safe
They really
house
are
has been
moving more
discovered
towards a
right in
battlefield
the heart of the
experience.
USSR,
Yeah.
in the shadow of Moscow's opulent train station. With
That's
Spetsnaz
cool.
dispatched, the area has gone hot.
So the Moscow map is set in the dead heart of a big city. So you're wandering through.
They're
the
purposely
streets
not
with
showing
a
us
bunch of
first-person
cars, and
reloads.
there's tall buildings on either side of you.
There's this sense that you've been dropped into a point in history.
A point in communism.
First thing I do is run right to the center because that's where all lanes cross in the Moscow map.
Oh,
and
fuck that guy.
eventually, it doesn't take long, people are going to run through the metro station. So you can just sit there and wait, but chances are there's going to be people running right into your line of fire right off the bat.
It's a classic 3-lane map where teamwork really makes the dream work.
Wait a minute, who was that?
January 17th, 1984. This location is heavily influenced by Miami's famous, or perhaps infamous, Ocean Drive. This is a night map, but one unlike players have seen before.
You can sneak through dark, shadowy alleys.
Okay, yeah, the
go out
graphics look
onto
a
the
lot
beach,
better.
Out into the ocean.
You can dive in the water and wade along the coast to get the drop on the other side.
Or you can just go right down the street and bask in the neon light.
The first time I played through Miami, I could hear this 80s nightclub music playing through the walls of one of the buildings. The little details make it lifelike and it becomes
somebody
this
say Dr.
joy to
Disrespect?
experience.
Yeah, actually.
Basically, my goal is to never be on the main street in the center because that is sniper heaven and that is Brittany hell. So I always go and try to flank and get those snipers from the back.
Our art and design teams work
Oh god,
really
that's gonna
hard
be
to bring
abused.
the best possible
Yep.
night experience to the players. You'll see that play out when you sneak in the shadows on the beach or engage enemies in the center strip.
It really makes people feel like they're in Miami in the 80s. It's pretty cool.
In Crossroads,
I mean, I'll
NATO
give it
has
to them.
learned
Even
from
though
large
it's a
Soviet
weird
missile convoy
location,
on its way
it's
to
a
the border.
cool
Special
looking
forces
area.
dispatched
Yeah.
alongside MI6 to ambush the convoy and secure the weapons before all hell breaks loose.
Soviet convoy disabled.
It's one of our most cinematic maps with a boots on the ground feel that feels pulled from the campaign.
Your team will want to hold down and protect its own outpost to guarantee access to one of these tanks. But infantry combat doesn't take a backseat in Crossroads, as natural terrain and foliage masks movements and provides tactical advantages.
There's a bunch of snowmobiles when you first spawn, and it's a mad dash to grab one. And now, running people over with the snowmobile is my favorite thing to do.
Each
bet it
environment
is.
changes the dynamic of how you play.
Yeah, because running over people in general isn't fun.
Crossroads is a bigger map, and that allows you to play the way you want to play.
Oh, just
The beaches of Miami, a frozen over lake, the open ocean. Our visual research department racked up miles visiting them all. Because if you're going to deploy around the globe in this game, that required them to do the same. The mission for our artist is absolute authenticity. Step one in that process is photo scanning thousands of real-world objects, terrains, and materials. Those assets ensure our upgraded, physically based renderer delivers the best-looking Black Ops yet. True 4K, high dynamic range with a true color and tone, ray tracing on systems that support it, photometric lighting courtesy of our Luminaire system, and overhauled contour terrain system. The result is gritty, it's believable, I dare say it's got ambience. Most importantly, it sets the perfect stage for multiplayer combat. On that note, here's Matt with more on the modes and missions ahead.
We've talked a little bit about where you'll play, but let's talk about what you'll play when you get there. In Black Ops Cold War, our classic game modes are returning and they're better than ever. From the tried and true Team Deathmatch,
you don't need to be stiff like that. Come on.
Search and Destroy, to the return of the competitive game mode control.
God, that recoil.
We've taken a fresh eye to all of your favorites. We're encouraging more meaningful gameplay with larger capture zones and domination. We're updating spawn systems in Hardpoint. And now we show you where the next Hardpoint will spawn so you can regroup, rotate, and
Okay,
set
that
up for the
reloads
next
way
fight.
better.
Across all of our classic modes, we're working hard to make this the most rewarding and competitive multiplayer experience yet. And while your go-to modes are coming back better than ever, let's talk about the innovative new modes you'll be going to
Dude, you can move your arms.
With that, let me introduce you to my teammate Marquise Gladney, who's here to tell you about the brand new multiplayer experience we call VIP Escort.
VIP Escort began with a question. How can we create a game mode inspired by the kind of real-life, totally true, but completely redacted Black Ops that first inspired this franchise? The result is Extraction in its purest form, a new 6-on-6 objective-based game mode we call VIP Escort. In Black Ops, we normally task you with fighting, but VIP Escort turns that on its head with a new mechanic. If you're selected as the VIP, your #1 job, it's to live. In this team-based stop, your team will try to escort you off the map or eliminate the other team trying to stop you. As VIP, you'll skip Create a Class, you're too important after all. Instead, you'll deploy with a kitted out pistol, a smoke grenade, a spy plane for team intel, and a whole lot of hope that your team knows what the hell it's doing. The mission,
More than likely
stay
not.
alive and escape the map.
Yeah.
To do so, you'll need to reach one of 2 possible exfil sites, which rotate over the course of the match to keep teams on their toes. There are stakes here. If you die, that ends the round. But team up and you can get your squad back on their feet quickly via last stand and revive. Each team's choices and tactics create layers of strategy and counterplay, injecting the best
Oh, don't tell me
of
the
Black Ops
M16
themes
is
directly
3-round
into
burst
this
now.
competition. Will your team pull Cold War
Just
mind
give us a
games
full
and
auto
misdirection
M16.
by splitting up the squad to draw fire and create distractions for the VIP? Or is a full-on assault more their style? Will they travel ahead and scout, run protection detail, or take a bullet for you Secret Service style? My personal keys to victory?
Well, I'm taking
I
the
stay
bullet
close
for
and
you.
escort the VIP and defend them at all costs. If the VIP doesn't
Also,
make
I
it out
hate
alive,
the Huey
it
design.
won't matter if you do. This new deniable operation only scratches the surface of what it means to play Cold War multiplayer.
Up next, we want to share another new way to play that goes above and beyond that classic 6v6 experience you've come to expect. Combined Arms is where multiplayer gets bigger and badder, bringing together the best of multiplayer's large-scale battles by combining infantry and vehicular gameplay into a single cohesive combat experience. In Combined Arms Domination, players will deploy into 12 versus 12 battles, each customized and unique to its own environment. But these battles aren't just bigger or more chaotic. We've worked hard to ensure the 2 levels of boots on the ground and all-out vehicular warfare complement and enhance one another on each map. Tanks, snowmobiles, wake runners, gunboats, and more. These vehicles amplify the action, sure, but they also create jaw-dropping moments right in the middle of the fight. The way I personally play Combined Arms depends on my mood. If I'm going for the win, it's rally time, and I'm pushing to capture every objective on the map. Whether that means loading up a gunboat on Armada or popping smokes so my team can cross the frozen lake in Crossroads, I'm putting my try-hard pants on and making it happen.
Okay.
And that's the thing. In Combined Arms, almost anything can happen. I'll seek out fun moments that aren't possible in other modes, like ziplining onto the enemy's ship and seeing how long I can last before getting taken out. At launch, you can expect even more Combined Arms maps and modes, each tailored and tuned to bring the most fun, frenetic action this format can deliver. Take Armada, our most unique map to date. You saw earlier that the only life preservers on this sea-based map are your tactics, as each capture zone requires a different approach. Will you attack surgically with a two-seater wake runner, gather your squad and storm the main ship? From zip lines that traverse the map to all new naval tactics, Armada is Combined Arms domination realized, bringing high stakes, high-speed combat to the high seas. On Crossroads, you'll trade your wetsuit for a snowsuit, fighting for control of Soviet bunkers across the frozen tundra. With high-powered tanks patrolling the frozen lake and surrounding roads, you'll need to choose how to take on those slow movers. So whether you're hopping onto a snowmobile for a quick flank or rolling up your sleeves and sticking on some C4, the story is yours to write in Combined Arms domination. That's it for Deniable Operations for now. We've ziplined, crossed frozen lakes, and dipped into Miami's beaches. That's really just the start of the full Deniable Ops experience. Add up the work on your favorite classic game modes to the arrival of new modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination, and it all stacks up to our most ambitious multiplayer yet. One you can play any way you want and in new ways you never expected. If you're a Call of Duty League fan, we have a bunch of new stuff lined up just for you. Stay tuned. This may be a multiplayer game built for everyone, but these will be your Deniable Operations. And now, I'll turn it over to Tony to talk about what we mean when we say signature combat.
Thanks, Matt.
Hey,
now,
Tony.
A lot has changed for us since the first Black Ops game. From our development pipelines to totally new technologies. But some things
Hey,
haven't
Airsoft
changed.
gun.
And after over a decade of making Black Ops games, we're more inspired than ever to keep honing in on that authentic, classic Black Ops feel, all while taking it to new heights. Now we know that to you, combat is more than just pointing and shooting. It's about how your operator moves and weaves through your surroundings. It's feeling the power of your weapon, how it reacts in your hands. It's the sound of bullets storming past you, the rattle and bang of firing your weapon. In Cold War, we're back to plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground combat. And that has allowed us to not only refine the
Give me that RPD
but
now.
build on all the classic foundations of Black Ops. Heads-up gameplay,
I hate that
automated
sniper
killing,
reload.
and grounded movement. Keeping your player experience in the front of our minds has also inspired a fresh wave of thinking across our creative class and scorestreak system, where we're introducing features that bring unprecedented transparency.
No, we're
to
back
your
to
planning
score streaks.
and
Gross.
cinematic wow moments to when you're playing. Now, innovating systems while still capturing that signature Black Ops super smooth feel is a notoriously tricky thing to get just right, and we put everything we have into it for each game. This is an absolute team effort, so I brought some of my friends from the combat team to help tell you about our initiatives for this game and how they've resulted in signature combat that feels just right. Here's Max Porter to start us off.
We've taken lessons learned from across Black Ops and the entire Call of Duty franchise to land on a truly best-in-class weapon experience.
You can't beat Modern Warfare,
is
sorry.
always right in front of you and must look great. From a gun's seams down to its grime, the level of detail in Black Ops Cold War has never been higher. But our weapons also need to move in a realistic manner. You'll feel it in this game, whether you're clocking from long range or firing from the hip.
We'll see about that once we get our hands on it.
Yeah.
The way it's going to move, but a big part of a gun's personality is the sound that it makes. It's like the bark of a dog. We're sort of imagining all these guns as characters. That just adds to that level of realism in that
You're
sort of
literally
immersive
stealing
quality
what
that is unique to
Infinity
Call of
Ward
Duty.
said with Modern Warfare.
It's this multifaceted approach to how
Well, not
weapons
stealing,
look,
but-
animate, and sound
Yeah.
together defines the feel of Cold War's signature gunfighting experience.
Well, now,
Here's Alvin with a debrief
Gunsmith.
on some of the other combat systems
It's
waiting
not
for you
back.
in Cold War.
Please.
It's not.
Let's talk about two of the most
I
significant
hope I'm
and
wrong.
impactful features of multiplayer. Create a class and score streaks.
No
Our
one
goal
likes
with
score
Create a Class in
streaks.
Cold War is to empower you without making trade-offs.
I hate
This year,
score streaks.
Better starts with simpler. Create a Class will be a slot-based system. No longer governed by allocations or the Pick 10 system, you'll always
Sorry,
boast
chat,
a
but
full class.
I don't like
primary,
score streaks.
secondary, lethal, tactical, field upgrade, and a set of perks.
Okay, so field upgrades are back.
Are items placed in the world to give your team an advantage. You can earn them
Same
solely based
turret,
on
proximity
time,
mine.
not score.
Why is
They
it
are the only
proximity
type of game
minus
content that
field
works on a
upgrade?
cooldown that lasts after
Don't
death.
know.
Now, wild cards are back. In this system,
Nice.
in every class, you can pick one of 4 wild cards that let you do things like load your primary weapon with up to 8 attachments, carry
Damn.
up to 6 perks, double the number of lethals and tacticals you have, or carry 3 primary perks from any mix of categories. Of course, a key component of Create a Class is the gunsmith.
Oh, thank God.
Yes!
Black Ops
God.
Cold War, there are more optics and attachments to unlock and configure than ever before. Every
Oh,
primary
thank God,
weapon
yes.
is customized
Yes.
with 54 attachments across 8 different nodes or attachment points, with at least 6 options per attach point. By default, you can equip 5 attachments or 8 with
The
the Gunfire
gunsmith
Wild
is so good.
For the first time, Gunsmith will show you what equipping an attachment does as a positive or negative percentage. You can now build backwards, speccing out the perfect gun.
You
for
can build
results you want
backwards,
to
by
see.
the way.
This takes the
Yeah.
guesswork out of the system and helps us on our never-ending quest to make the most balanced Call of Duty game you've ever played. There's one more thing I need to talk
Gross.
about. First up,
Adding the
we've
percentages
updated
to it is
score
nice.
so that earned score is kept through death. This change gives all players a chance to engage with score
Why?
streaks, one of the most visceral and fun experiences across
You're just
multiplayer
rewarding
signature
camping even
content.
more.
If you do go on a streak and string together multiple kills before your own death, streak score bonuses help you earn into those higher-powered score streak tiers.
Stop.
To prevent score streak spam, each score streak will go on a cooldown after it's used to pace out frequency. So, what score streaks are we talking about? Well, your favorites are back, but we've also got a few surprises. Score streaks in Cold War can be used in all the classic ways: to aid in taking an objective, to save your team, to break up the pace of the game with a fun new experience. We've also tailored strategy into the system.
God, I hate the
Score
helicopter
streaks can
designs. They're
often
so
be
disgusting.
neutralized with a counter score streak. And now I'll pass it over to Sunny to share more about our operators and how they move in Black Ops Cold War.
I don't know who designed the Cobra and the Huey like that, but they need to be fired.
Elite, covert, powerful. When you play as a Cold War operator, you won't just step into the boots of a highly trained precision instrument. Every movement will have a purpose. To increase the fidelity and feel of even the smallest elements, modelers, animators, and concept artists all work side by side, planning for every
Are
point
the
of
scopes
contact
dual
with
rendered?
every gun, every stance and position.
I wasn't
every
paying
scenario.
attention.
Thanks to increased
No.
dynamic bone counts, we've been able to enhance the effects of physics and gravity on what you carry, from the weight of your gear, like pouches and grenades, to the way a wallet chain or rope sways as you sprint. Your entire operator will move more naturally than ever.
Look at the
Here's
guy
4
crashing.
specific ways movement has improved through
Looks
new
like a
cutting-edge
crab.
techniques in animation and programmatic movement. The first is sprint takeoff. This is the feature that gives your operator a running start. You start with a little sprint, and then it slows down to normal speed. This lets you feel the momentum of like where you're going and where you're going to end up.
But
We
yet
wanted
you
to
add
preserve
Black
the
Ops 4
fluidity
sliding.
and fun of an operator's ability to slide. In Black
Yeah,
Ops
that's
Cold War, when
that's
you slide,
garbage.
you start and end in a crouch position in a believable way. This allows
In a
2 player movement
believable
states
way,
to
he
function
says.
better as one, all while improving gameplay and enhancing pace. Footstep control also plays a big part of the new movement system. Go faster and you'll make more noise. Of course, we still have Ninja as a perk, but Ninja is no longer the only way to keep quiet. Whether or not you're crouched, how loud you get is now directly tied to how fast you're moving. Lastly, we've incorporated a classic jump with a much more natural height, which will very briefly slow you down on landing.
Okay.
Our goal in all of these movement mechanics is to ensure operators' actions are not just authentic, but intuitive. When you press a button or a key, you should always feel in control of your operator. And this system has been built to translate your decisions into dynamic movement more seamlessly than
Okay, I
ever.
don't like that reload.
The era of the game might be the 80s, but the characters you play will move and shoot like the world's most highly skilled operators.
Signature combat. It isn't just how a gun is shot, it's how that gun feels, how it sounds, how it's designed to create a combat experience. And combat isn't just about conflict, it's also movement. So the fluid ways in which your operators shift around the AO and carry the gear you outfit them in is just as important as the choices you give them. Choices like the overhauled Create-A-Class system, or all those attachment possibilities in Gunsmith, or the new ways you can earn and deploy
I'm just happy Gunsmith is back.
These combat initiatives work together to deliver the most intuitive, plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground experience possible, and they are at the heart of Black Ops Cold War. Now, on that note, I'd like to introduce Miles, who's going to discuss some of the biggest innovations yet.
Thanks, Tony. All right, everyone, let's talk Warzone. You've seen how we're pouring it all into the Cold War multiplayer experience, but let's confirm it right here, right now. Black Ops Cold War will also usher in the next evolution of Call of Duty Warzone, continuing and expanding the blockbuster Battle Royale free-to-play experience. And it'll be a true evolution, with Warzone not merely picking up where the Modern Warfare climax left off narratively, but also interweaving the themes, locations, weapons, and vehicles of Black Ops Cold War right into the action. Cold War and Warzone will also share post-launch content from a narrative standpoint across both the Battle Pass system and item shop content. This interlinks Call of Duty in ways that evolve the Warzone experience while delivering jaw-dropping moments. So yeah, you can expect some surprises.
The problem
along
is
the
no
way.
one cares about the Warzone
One
storyline.
surprise we're avoiding is the feeling of starting over. It's important to us that you can still use your characters and weapons and progression-related items, which is why investment and progress in Cold War is reflected in Warzone. While these are two very big games, from the beginning they've been built to work together. Your player experience is everything to us. So we're making sure Black Ops Cold War and Warzone share progression, with much of your previously earned Modern Warfare content, from weapons to cosmetics, still available for use in both Warzone and Modern Warfare. We're collaborating with our studio partners across Call of Duty to preserve continuity while building a new chapter of Warzone that will immerse you into all of the best elements of Black Ops Cold War. That's multiple studios totally committed to continuing this new tradition of insanely fun, absurdly accessible Warzone action. We can't wait for you to see how Verdansk and all of Call of Duty will evolve in the year ahead. But that sense of interconnectedness, it extends beyond just Warzone. That's why I'm excited to confirm that Black Ops Cold War
It's already
will
been
not
confirmed.
only support cross-platform play and progression, but will also deliver cross-generation play to the game. That's because Black Ops Cold War is, at its heart, a connected experience. And playing together on whatever platforms you prefer only betters that experience.
Ghost Dragon.
Cross-play and cross-progression across current and next-generation
Dude,
systems.
my new name's
across
Ghost Dragon.
all modes.
Ghost
That won't be
Dragon.
easy, but it's worth it to
Or
allow
Shadow
fans who have
Storm.
never had a chance to play together to squad up.
Just
and
my
play,
banana.
No barriers between them.
Oh, that's yours for
And with
sure.
the Battle Pass system delivering a steady stream of post-launch content, Black Ops Cold War will be the very first cross-platform, cross-generation Call of Duty experience, making it the deepest
mean,
game in
first?
franchise history. Vaughn, where do we go next?
Yeah, Miles. On the subject of platforms, we've got a very special guest, Mark from Enox.
Hey, what's up, Van? On behalf of Enox, we are extremely excited and proud to bring Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to Battle.net as the lead PC developer. PC continues to be a critically important pillar of game development for the Call of Duty franchise. In addition to
Franchise.
the major
I like how he said it.
we have made to Call of Duty PC in the past, including uncapped frame rates, high refresh rate support, and customized field of view, we're always looking for ways to improve features and customizable settings.
He's got a
One of
nice
the
ass
biggest
camera.
improvement this year
Right?
is that the Black Ops engine now runs on DirectX 12. This
Dude,
has
can I have
led
that
to a
camera?
huge improvement in terms of
Oh shit, it's gonna run on
performance
DirectX 12? Fuck yeah.
For players who prioritize immersive gameplay, we have a great partnership with NVIDIA to bring ray trace effects, performance accelerating deep learning super sampling or DLSS, and RayFX latency optimization technology. We will implement ray trace shadows and ambient occlusion to improve the quality of light shadow and sunlight shadow. This improves surface and contact detail and fixes problems associated with traditional shadow mapping techniques like aliasing, freckling, and disconnected shadows. Also, we will be implementing AI-powered DLSS, so players will be able to increase their frame rate while maintaining the visual quality of the game. For players looking for better responsiveness, we've integrated the reflex low latency technology to lower system latency. This combines both GPU and game
I mean,
optimization.
granted, you're gonna need fucking
Also
the
add
new
these
Ampere
analog
cards for the reflex, but yeah.
will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the future. We have so much more to talk about, but right now I would like to hand it back to David Van Der. Van?
That whole thing, I was just nodding my head.
We've declassified a lot today, and one thing is clear. Black Ops Cold War is here, and it's ushering in a new chapter of deniable operations that are undeniably Call of Duty at its very best. Realistic, plausible, gritty. You've seen our team-wide commitment
scratch
to storytelling,
realistic, 'cause
infusing the story and spirit of the Cold War
no
narrative
Call of Duty's
into
realistic.
everything we do, even in multiplayer. You've seen our emphasis on authenticity shine through every location, every weapon, every vehicle, every character. Each one telling a story we can't wait for you to uncover and experience. You've seen us challenge ourselves to not only innovate on classic game modes, but introduce a new generation of instant classics. Modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination. You'll see that duo played today, and it's just the start, as we've got massive drops of free content planned post-launch, including new and limited time modes. No matter what type of multiplayer gamer you are, you'll find something for you. Tying it all together is that signature combat you love. Grounded and always realistic, you'll move fast and fluid, feel powerful when you need to be, and customized just the way you want to be. The new Creative Class and Scorestreak systems give you even more of what you love, infusing more control and cinematic moments with less friction between you and the gameplay than ever before. And this is a true connected experience. Warzone and Cold War. The events in one will impact the events in the other, expanding Call of Duty in new ways you've never seen before. And Black Ops Cold War is not only a cross-platform game, but it's also a cross-generation cross-platform game. Now, that should be the end of our show, but this wouldn't be a Black Ops multiplayer reveal without some Black Ops style mind games. We have talked a lot today about what Black Ops is, how it feels, what it does, but for over 10 years, Black Ops is also something else. A game that consistently presses the boundaries about what multiplayer means. Our team relentlessly looks for opportunities to offer new types of multiplayer experiences. In Black Ops Cold War, we're excited to be launching an entire new category of multiplayer gameplay called Fireteam. This new format of multiplayer brings together everything that we loved about making Cold War and everything you'll love about playing Cold War. Across every Fireteam mission and mode, you'll discover some of the most imaginative game loops we have ever designed. The Fireteam format allows us to emphasize teamwork and reward creativity, and it allows you to do things you've never done in Black Ops multiplayer before. You'll fight in squads of 4 called Fireteams. You'll deploy into larger maps, play fast, pushing through multiplayer objectives and modes that demand quick thinking. The action won't just affect you, but the environment you battle in. Enter Fireteam Dirty Bomb, one of the most unique game loops we've ever imagined. You and your team
Why would
must
you
search
shoot a
for
tank?
uranium. Then, deliver that uranium to Dirty Bombs positioned around the map. Deposit uranium and detonate the bomb. Now, avoid radioactive fallout as you navigate a toxic battlefield. Every decision you make impacts your survival rate and your success.
So a mini battle royale is what you're telling
We
me.
can't wait to tell you even more about Fireteam Dirty Bomb and the other Fireteam modes and maps in the weeks ahead as we
I don't know. It seems interesting. Not gonna lie.
I guess there's
Now
only
here's the
one thing
thing,
left
it's
to do.
Treyarch, so it's
Let's
not going to
play
be at the game at
Black
launch.
Ops Cold War.
Because they revealed factions for zombies never came out.
Oh god. Also, I was gonna say, but he wouldn't shut up. When he said, he was talking about the game modes, and he said, in the new instant classics. I'm like, dude, come on. Watch VIP Escort just be in this game.
Yeah.
Why are we getting this again?
Because it's the end.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
Don't want to see this again.
We work off the books.
Operate in the shadows.
To keep the wolves.
We're gonna probably play it while they're setting up like the multiplayer event.
Yeah. I love that line. What the fuck are we doing in Miami?
Yeah.
Literally what everyone said when they saw the leak.
Well, it is confirmed that campaign characters are going to be in multiplayer. I don't know if it's going to be at launch. Most likely not.
No, they'll do the same shit they're doing in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll have to spend 2,500 COD points.
Yep. One for the battle pass and another for $25.
Yep. They gotta make their money somehow. I will say, some of the animation, like, my thoughts and cautions have been a little eased because the game does look better from the gameplay in the trailer that we're seeing right now. There are some animations and designs that I very much so hate, like the reload animation for the L96, garbage. The design of the Huey, garbage. The design of the Cobra, garbage. The sliding, garbage. But other than that, the game looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. I would show gameplay. I have it right now on screen, but mainly because it's not my channel and I don't want to record me reacting to his channel. But if you guys want to watch gameplay, go watch like Prestigious Key, Noah J456, Espresso, and all that. They're streaming them right now. This video will obviously be up late. I'll show you a couple here. But it looks like it's 12v12. And I'm going to go watch some gameplay. I obviously can't play any. But without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, guys. And we'll see you in the next video. And possibly Black Ops Cold War. Okay, guys.
Access to the open beta and instant access to the Woods Operator Pack in Modern Warfare and Warzone.
Damn, dude.
Oh my god, that is so fucking cool. Hold on, I'm gonna watch that again. The zombies look so good.
Yeah.
They look like a mixture between World War II zombies and that.
Yeah.
That is fucking awesome. I'm so glad they teased it. I'm so happy now. I'm so happy.